I'm Supriya Nair. Welcome to Print Edition. It's funny how each member of a very famous group of friends in contemporary UK literature has a book out this year. There's Martin Amis, who produced Lionel Asper, which was released a couple of months ago to universally terrible reviews. There's his friend, the late Christopher Hitchens, whose posthumously published book of essays, Mortality, is out, about which I'm not going to say anything bad because I'm a decent person. There's Salman Rushdie, whom I choose to remember by his finest work rather than his not so fine work, who is coming out with his memoir, Joseph Anton, about which more anon, I hope. And finally, there's their friend, Ian McEwan, who is just out with his new book, Sweet Tooth. Like a lot of book reviewers, I discovered Ian McEwan when I was in college, and I fell in love with his small, perfectly crafted books, which are about very normal, even boring people who make one small mistake, tell one small lie, like The Little Girl in Atonement, which you've probably seen the movie adaptation of, and then discover their worlds just dissolve into these gigantic, ghastly universes of pain. Sweet Tooth is a departure from early Ian McEwan in that sense. It's a spy thriller which also has some roots in contemporary literature. It's about what happens when this gorgeous young Cambridge graduate in 1972 gets recruited to MI5, gets sent on an undercover mission, happens to meet up with this young, clever contemporary writer. And it's about what happens to his writing and her undercover identity as they converge and their relationship progresses. I know that sounds kind of super interesting on a video summary, but take my word for it. This is not the book you want to read if you want to be introduced to Ian McEwan, and it's definitely not the sort of book you want to read if you're a McEwan fan and want to read more like his best work. It's long and self-indulgent and misogynist, and it's really relentlessly middlebrow, which is so depressing from someone whom I consider to be rather cleverer than most literary fiction writers in the UK. So I'm going to pin my hopes to Joseph Anton, which comes out later this month. My advice to you, read something else this week, maybe even McEwan's fine short novels like Enduring Love and Black Dogs and The Child in Time and The Cement Garden, all of which will be like reading 200-page gut punches. Whatever you do, try and avoid Sweet Tooth. Thanks, that's all I have this week.